Hello, my name is Jacoby White. I'm an art teacher at Cresswell Elementary School here in Caddo Parish in Shreveport, Louisiana. As an educator, I am very passionate about kids, just connecting with them beyond academics. I feel like kids, a lot of them go through so many different challenges in their home lives, and sometimes they need an ear or a shoulder or somebody, an outlet that they can feel safe with, that they can express themselves with, that can come to with any issues, with any problems, to give sound, positive advice. And so I've been very passionate about just the overall well-being of the kids, not just the academics, but their emotional, their physical well-being, just the whole kid itself. For the past 20 years, I have worked with kids in a number of capacities. I've worked at my church as the children and youth minister. I've gotten with a group of friends that we all felt very passionate about trying to invest in the lives of the kids as they are our future. And so myself and two of the ladies, we started a nonprofit organization, Loving All Little Ones. With that organization, we put on a number of summer camps that have invested in the lives of kids. And today we have wonderful kids that are doing great things, that are in college now. And so I've always been very passionate about what we pour into our kids, so in the future they'll be able to pour it out into the next generation. So that's what I'm very, very passionate about. Okay, so in this lesson, it's a group of second graders. This is the afternoon where they've had their lunch, they've had recess, and so they've come in to experience this I Am Affirmations portrait. It's kind of an assembly of all of the things that we've gone over the last weeks with the elements of art. They've learned some terms and some different shapes and different line types. And so with this project, they're able to put that together, but I'm also able to pull in that positive mindset reinforcement with the I Am Affirmations. Is again, teaching the whole child, the whole well-being, not just the academics, but also going into the mindset of the kids and instilling some positivity in their lives. Just a little bit about the kids. Some of the kids, a few may have a touch of some behavior issues. We have some academic deficits. We also have some language barriers in this class. And so the fun thing about art is all of that kind of goes out of the window a little bit, because everybody can be an artist. Everybody can create. And once we break down those academic barriers, once we break through those language barriers, the kids have an amazing time, and everyone leaves out happy with a great product that they really enjoy. And so that's something that I love about this class. Affirmations, I have an English version, and I also have the Spanish version. And with the Spanish version, I also have the female and the male versions for the kids. I want them to feel comfortable. Art isn't a place where you don't necessarily have to speak English in the curriculum, and so I want them to be comfortable with the language that they are most comfortable with. And this is something they'll be saying to themselves every day. This is something that they'll be using at home, so it's for them. And so if they want to use Spanish words, they can use Spanish words. If they want to use English, they can use English. All righty, class, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, we're getting ready for today's project.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that we have already gone over. Raise your hand and tell me one of the projects that we worked on with the elements of art. Okay, elements of art, and I promise you it's not a trick question. Hope.
Warm and cool colors.
Ooh, Hope said warm and cool colors. Who can give me an example of a warm color? Alrighty, Sasha.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, give me a warm color.
Red.
Red. today. The affirmations. Affirmations are statements that train our brain to think positively, which helps us feel good about ourselves and create amazing things in our lives, okay? So, some more terms that we have to know. We went over already. Background. The background is the area behind the main subject. We also talked about the foreground, right? The foreground is in the front. Okay, and then a portrait. A portrait is an image of a person or a face of what we're going to do before I pass out everything. All right, the first thing that we're going to do, and we may not be able to finish all of this today. In fact, I know we're not going to be able to, but we're going to do our best. I'll get you guys again on Friday, and so we'll try to wrap it up on Friday, okay? First thing we're going to do is going to draw designs in the background with crayons. Okay, we're going to use designs. We're going to do shapes. Okay, we're going to go over the shapes that I want you to do. Okay, triangles. Okay, we have rectangles, squares, okay, and circles. Okay, you're also going to choose at least 2 line types in that I have here for you. In case you don't remember, I got that down there for you. Here's an example of mine. Okay. I'm also going to put some symbols that you can use, like hearts and squares. I got a rainbow. I got a smiley face, dollar sign. But then I chose 3 different line types. All right, I got the curly line. I have the zigzag line. I have the dash lines. Okay, the parallel dash line. This is what we're going to start working on today for the background. Okay. Once we get through with the background, then we're going to get some watercolor paint, and we will lightly paint our background. Okay. Once we let that dry, we will pick some of the affirmations off of the table. We'll probably do that on Friday. If you don't hablo inglés, I have some in español. Bam. Alrighty, I have the Spanish words for my boys and my girls. If you want to use that, in order for you to be able to use the Spanish words, you have to be able to pronounce them. Okay? And here are some of the affirmations that we're going to pick. I did put some on the table, although we may not get to it today. I kind of want you just to kind of look over them and be thinking about some things that you can do for your affirmations. I am unique. I am strong. I am kind. I am creative. I am courageous. Okay, if you think you're like scared sometimes and you want to get some more courage, you can put I am courageous. And when you're finished, you take it home, you put it on the refrigerator, or you put it on the wall in your bedroom, and every morning when you wake up, you read those phrases, and we start to train our body and our brain. All right, we're going to read over the affirmation sheet. You're going to go through, and I don't want you to pick all of them because it's not going to be enough room on your paper to pick all of them, but I want you to pick at least 3. I'm going to say no more than 6. Okay, I am statements that we will put on the paper. We'll also take a picture. I'm going to take a picture of you all. All right, you can get a cool little pose, whatever you want to do. And we will put that on there on your paper. So we will have the background, then we will have the I am statements, and we will add our pictures to the end, and that will be the end of our affirmation project, and we'll glue them down and have them looking pretty good. Okay, I have a song for you to listen to, an affirmation song. Kind of want you to get into it while I'm passing out your paper so you can get ready, okay? about that song?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
10 out of 10. 10
out of 10. 10 out of 10. All right. One thing that I want you to listen to is the things that they were saying to themselves. Okay, did you see the kid in the mirror? And he was speaking about himself being smart and he became a doctor. Okay, you have to start believing that stuff in your mind. All right, you start right now. Okay. All righty. So take a look on the screen. I'm going to show you. Give me a shape. Triangle. I'm going to put a triangle. I'm going to color that in. Give me another shape.
Square.
A circle.
Square.
I'm going to add a circle. Okay, give me an emoji or a symbol. A heart. That's a symbol. All right. All right, somebody said a smiley face. A smiley face. Okay, I'm going to put my shapes and my symbols. It takes practice. You got to practice coloring. That's why we have art. Okay, I'm going to put my dollar sign because I told you I'm going to be rich, right? Okay, and then I'm going to put some accent marks around some of my shapes. Okay, I might draw around it with another different color. Okay, then I might make some swirlies around there. Okay. Okay. What else do I have to have besides shapes and symbols?
A square.
No. What else do we have to have in this project? We had, say it again, line types. We need 2 line types. Somebody give me a line type. Squiggly. A squiggly line. Okay, give me one more line. Sasha. Curved line. And get a different color. And I will put Trey. Oh, sir. I'm gonna put a curved line there. Okay. All right. I could add a zigzag. Okay. All righty. Once we fill everything up as much as we can, okay, we will go back and we will add some watercolor to it. The watercolor is going to be light, not dark. It's going to be lightly painted, okay? And once we get that far, we'll let it dry, and then we will add our affirmations and our pictures, okay? So what are we doing right now? You are coloring. You are making shapes. You are making symbols, okay? It has to be appropriate. I don't want any numbers. I don't want any letters. We're not writing words. We're drawing shapes, symbols, and line types. Okay. One color I do not want you to use. Anybody can guess. Black. I don't want you to use black. Okay. Black is going to be our words, and your picture is going to be in black and white. So we don't want to clash with the black, okay? But you're free to use any of the colors that you want. Okay? You could use gray. I want as many shapes and symbols as you can get. Fill it up. Okay? Make it nice and pretty. Okay? You're getting one sheet. You're not going to be able to get another one. So I want you to do your absolute best. Okay? Any questions? What, Trey?
Mr. White, we can't, the 2 colors we can't use is black and white because the paper is white.
Absolutely correct, Trey. You're absolutely correct. Alrighty, so if that is all, go ahead and get started. Coming around and see who is off to a good start. Okay. Seeing who is off to a good start. Come on, add some more. Okay, I want you to use your creativity. You can add a rainbow. When I tell you the time, that does not mean start scribbling. No, that means you need to work diligently and intentional about what you're doing. Come on, add some more on this side, okay? Yeah. Trey, you need to work. You need to work. And he is still going. He is adding a few more things. Okay, the more you have, the better it will be. So when we paint it, the watercolor will go to the back and the crayons will pop out. Okay, so we want a lot of crayons to pop out. Okay, so add a lot of symbols. Okay, he has some line types. He has all kind of cool stuff, okay?
That's a spicy hot dog.
Chico, soy muy inteligente, soy...
We're sitting and we are quiet. Make sure those pencils are put up. Listen, I am looking for an I am affirmation. If you have one, raise your hand. All right, Garyana, what's your affirmation?
I am kind.
I am kind. All right. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me teach that lesson on the I am affirmations. Overall, I feel like the objectives of the lessons were reached. The kids learned a new word, affirmations. They learned what it meant. We were able to utilize those art elements that we've been learning over the past few weeks and actually utilize them in a piece. The portraits look fairly well, as you saw in the video. Most of the kids were able to complete and cover the majority of the picture. After this, the next class, they will use watercolor paint to lightly color, using no more than 3 or 4 colors to add depth to this portrait. With the wax crayons, it won't affect anything, and so it'll just enhance those crayons. And then they will go through and pick 6 or 7 I am affirmation statements to glue on their portraits, and we'll also print out their pictures that I'm going to take of them in their cool poses, so I can get those laminated and they can put them on their walls and just something that they can keep and look at on a day-to-day basis. I think overall it went fairly well. Something that I would change is try to condense the recap of the previous lessons. This was right after fall break, so I wanted to get their minds back going, so I went just a little bit longer than I would have. It may have allowed them to have a little bit more time to add a few more details, but I think overall the timing was okay. Many of the kids did finish, and so they'll be ready for the next step at the next class. I have enjoyed this experience. It's such an honor and a privilege to be named the 25-26 Teacher of the Year here at Crestwell Elementary. I look forward to a awesome and positive school year to come. I'm looking to be a blessing to not only the kids, but the faculty and the staff and anyone that I come in contact with. An old saying that goes, if I've touched anyone on this journey of mine, then my life and my living has not been in vain. And so that's just my goal, to be able to reach someone on this journey. So I thank you.